Good morning and welcome to Morning Pulse, the pulse of Nigerian politics right here on Active Citizens. My name is Sharon Enemchuku. Joining me, as always, I have my co-host with me in person of Ifoma Oji. Good morning, how are you doing?
Good morning, Sharon.
How are you doing?
I'm kicking.
We like the fact that you're kicking. We need the energy this morning.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to a brand new day. We're going straight to the headlines for today. First, Nigeria has woken up again to another wave of insecurity. Reports from Sokoto confirm that armed bandits have kidnapped 6 federal doctors and brutally killed a pregnant woman along with several others. This tragic incident raises concerns about safety in the north and the government's capacity to protect its citizens. Meanwhile, the political space is heating up. The All Progressives APC has slammed former Secretary to Government of the Federation, Babakar Lawal, for linking the rise in terrorism to the Muslim presidential ticket of the ruling party. The debate has reignited discussions on religion, leadership and accountability in Nigeria's fight against insecurity. Now we break down the human and political sides of these stories right here on Morning Pulse, and we are starting with this rather unfortunate incident that took place in Sokoto State, where 6 were abducted on their way to a promotional exam in Abuja, and a pregnant woman was killed in the course of this back and forth with bandits. Now I'm starting first with what they have come out to say. They have come out to complain that they have made so many attempts to ensure that for this promotional exams that it happens within the environs of these people, of the civil servants, and not going as far as to Abuja, the capital, to write such exams. And I want to just start from there first, Ifoma, and linking it to what we see happening in other sectors and in other organizations like the NYSC, where we have them still sending coppers to far distances just to go camp and serve. With the rising insecurity that we have, do you think that this whole sending of people or civil servants to different places, even coppers, should be revisited at this point?
It's not even now that it should be revisited. We have a government that, like I always say, is always reactive to situations like this instead of being proactive. You already know that there is insecurity, serious insecurity in Nigeria, especially the northern states. And what you're supposed to do is more like act, fast and decisively about people that serve you, because these are civil servants in the first place. You should be able to protect their lives. Apart from the civil servants, the NYSC core members that are going to different states, irrespective of the fact that they might actually meet their tragic end, still you deploy them to different states. It's actually sad that these bandits, they know at this point they don't reason the culture, where the tribes you're from or anything. They are just head bent on attacking, killing, and the entire rate. And it is so sad that our government have not considered or made it a priority to safeguard the people that they govern. It is actually very sad. Now I am still asking, even if there is an attack on the Christian or non-attack on the Christians, in the first place we are Nigerians. How are people comfortable with butchering the people that, apart from the fact that you are not flesh and blood, you are still calling yourself a Nigerian? When you travel outside country, they ask you, which race do you belong to? You say you are a Nigerian, and you are a Nigerian, you're killing your own people. What does that say about you? I'm not talking about the international community now. I'm talking about you as a human being. Where has our conscience gone to? Where has our human gone to? Why have we become so irrational? Why have we allowed ourselves to be infiltrated and kind of filled with a lot of, I don't know if I should call it wickedness. It is so sad to see every single time this thing is happening, every time we're discussing about it, and the government cannot do anything about it. It is so sad.
It is sad to see situations like this, especially as when I would always say all eyes is actually on Nigeria with what Donald Trump came out to say, saying that there is Christian genocide happening in northern Nigeria, and it's as though instead of battling this issue and battling this matter, we are just sitting on our hands and waiting for something to happen first. Now, with this particular issue, right, these civil servants who were traveling, and the pregnant woman that was slaughtered, which is the most inhuman thing that you would hear in a long while, being slaughtered. And when you ask the people, right, when you ask the police people there, they said that there has not been any formal complaint made. That was what we saw in the report, but they would look further into this particular matter. Now, let's talk about the presence, the security presence in these hot areas, the northern areas, Sokoto, especially that road along going to Abuja, where we've seen a lot of kidnappings happening early in the year. Now, what can we say about security presence, not even security action, the presence of the security in the first place in these hot zones in northern Nigeria?
Sharon, there is no security. There is no presence of any security. The only place we see security operatives are with these officials. Those are the people that will deploy, or rather attach security to themselves to protect. God knows what they are protecting. There is no security anywhere, because if there is security anywhere, we won't be having these massive and vicious attacks on whether Christians or Muslims or anything. There is nothing like security.
All right, so now there's no security presence at all.
To officials, to political officials, those are the people that security exists in.
But you know that it's also interesting where these bandits have been going to, or how far they have reached now. Before, we'd hear of them abducting just normal civilians, people going about their day-to-day activities. Now, abducting people with this stature within the civil society, right? These civil service workers now who are working, who are directors, they have achieved a level of, status in the community or in the society at large, and them attacking these people. Do we think that over time that the morale of these bandits to even go far and beyond just abducting normal citizens or just ordinary citizens has increased because of the complacency of the present administration?
Exactly. Do you know that in the news, I saw in the news, was it 2 days ago, where some of those bandits came out in the public and they were saying that we should hold our leaders accountable, that is our government, this the federal government that is enabling them to attack civilians.
That is an interesting allegation.
Yes, I saw it and I was appalled by that video, and I'm like, why? I don't know. I don't have the data to say that it's the presidency or rather the federal government that is doing this. But for them to come out and tell you, don't blame us, blame your government, they are the ones giving us the directive to attack. It shows that the government are fully aware of what is going on, and for the fact that these people are civil servants, they are not top officials, they are not the government, they are not the president, they are not the governors. You understand? If they are, then maybe we will talk about this thing that you're saying right now. But these people are still civil servants that don't even have a ground. They are still traveling from their state to a different state just for promotional exams. It means also that every civil servant, because of the fact that you are in government, you are at high risk.
All right. Now, let's also take into consideration that, this thing is something that has been ongoing for a long time, and it has become almost normal. And there's something that, as we talked about, the fact that there is no security presence in these hot zones. But let's also take a look at the fact that we've seen some videos, some people also in politics in Nigeria coming out to advise these people, especially in the northern Nigeria, saying saying that if you're waiting for Nigerian military or Nigerian security or the Nigerian government to come out and protect you, that you wouldn't see such. So it is best for you to come up, stand up and protect yourselves. Now, for people in such communities now, is that what we should be advising them to protect themselves?
You know, the government, like I think I posted it in my status, this administration, security-wise, economic-wise, they have failed Nigerians woefully. So at this point in time, nobody is even trusting the security operatives, the military men. Nobody. Nigerians have lost their trust and confidence in them. So the only thing now, if you ask the average Nigerian, they will tell you, if you are a father, if you know how to protect your family and your community against attack, this vicious attack, then do so. Don't hope on the government.
And it is a very scary situation where we cannot rely on the appropriate security authority to get things done or to get us protected. You know, there's something interesting that I saw while reading this particular news report, is the fact that the banditry right now, the terrorism, let's not even call them bandits because that's a very cheap name to give people who commit such atrocities. What they do, they've gone as far as becoming an organization. They already have a sort of organization that they have in place, a structure. So in that particular news report, we can see that these bandits would come into these villages and give them a levy to pay, and if they're unable to pay that, they would return, destroy the village, and then kill people. So they already know these bandits, so they are working, they know that they are coming for them. It's not something that just happens out of the blue or something that happens and takes them by surprise. Imagine if we're living in fear, knowing that you have not been able to pay this levy, and that maybe in the next Eke market day or something, you are going to be beheaded. It is crazy, and I wanted us to, get your take on that, because the Sokoto Police Force is saying that they have not gotten a formal complaint, but we have things like this happening in such villages.
So you're waiting for formal complaint before you attack these people, before you halt this massive killing. You're waiting for formal reports. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is insane. It is insane
this is crazy. It is so sad. First of all, I didn't even, commiserate with these people, that the family of these people that died. Our hearts goes out to them. It is so sad to lose, your wife. It's so sad to lose your mother. It is so sad to lose a pregnant and expectant mother. It is extremely sad. Our hearts goes out to you people. I pray that God give you the grace to kind of pull through in this time of trial and pain. And then as regards to what you said, Sharon, is such a sad situation that every time you're sleeping, it's not even sleeping, both in the day, in morning, afternoon, night, you're always kind of conscious. You're always kind of in a state of dilemma. What will happen now? These people are going to attack me. I don't even have any source of livelihood. The source of livelihood I have is not even enough to pay this bandits from attacking.
So it's like paying for your life.
Exactly. It's as if that you're actually paying to
stay alive.
And it is so sad, to be honest. Sharon, how do I talk about this for probably the government to see that people are going through pain? Let's leave the fact that people are not able to cater for their family. Let's leave the fact that people are not able to feed 3 square meals or even 2 in a day. What about the loss of lives? What are the government doing about it? Why are we still debating about people's lives? Why are we still having this conversation, whether Muslim or Christian?
It is unfortunate, especially with the fact that we have this data, we can see it happening. And Nigeria is big, yes, but it's not somewhere you can't go and visit. There's always somebody somewhere in all of these states where you can get information from, and that these are real things happening, as opposed to the government coming out to share 25,000 naira and you won't hear of it happening. But you would have an uncle somewhere that knows of these killings happening. So it can't be a lie, it can't be cooked up. And this is is what will bring us to the next story, because Babashir Lawal has come out to accuse the current administration for its Muslim tickets being what is actually giving these bandits the morale and the audacity to carry out with their